Hey guys, so today I wanted to make a video to show you how to change the vibrator in the Galaxy S4. So before you get started, what you'll want to do is grab your device, power off, to remove the back cover. What you'll need to do is there's a little slot right here in the top left corner, and you just put your fingernail in there, your thumbnail, and just pull the back cover right off. Next, what you will want to do is remove the battery. There's a little slot right here to do this, so just use your thumbnail, pry up and remove the battery. Next, if you have a SIM card, you will want to remove that as well. And if you have a micro SD card, a memory card, you will want to do that as well. Next, you will remove these screws. There's 4 down here, this bottom part. One here, one here, one here, one here, one here. So there's 9 total in all. So you want to remove all those. They're just Phillips, and you can use a little Phillips screwdriver like this. It's number 000. If you're wondering where to get this screwdriver, I'll include a link in the video description where you can get screwdrivers like this and different tools that I'll be using for this procedure. So also, just so you know, these 9 screws are all the same size. There will be a few screws later that will be different size, but not to worry, these are all same size, so you can mix and match them. So next, what we will do is remove this back part here, and I have this little plastic pry tool that works really well for this. And what you'll do is just start in a corner like down here and just pry up as you go. You can see it's coming apart there, and you can just hold it with your fingers, kind of keep it apart, and just keep working it around. And it likes to slip out once in a while, but it'll just pop out. Just keep working around all the way around, and then it'll pop apart just like that. To remove the logic board, what you want to do next is take your tweezers. If you have some, pop this antenna wire loose here. Just going to get it off the side, and then there's another one over here that you'll want to pop loose as well. And next, I use a plastic spudge tool like this. I like the plastic because it's easy on the connectors, it doesn't damage anything. And you're going to have quite a few connectors here. Right here we're going to have this connector to pry loose. Doesn't take much. Next, we'll have the connector for the headphone jack here. And then we're going to have the one for the front-facing camera. And for the sensors here. And then going to have one for the charging port, the dock connector here. That just popped loose. And then next we'll have one black screw right up in here that we'll have to remove. Now you want to keep this screw separate because it's different than the others. So once everything's loose, you can just pull up on this logic board. Watch the rear camera here so it pulls up too. And just kind of wiggle things back and forth. Kind of come this way a little bit, and then it pops right out. To remove the vibrator, what you will need to do is use something like this little tweezers here and get right under this connector cable right here in front of it and just kind of wiggle it loose, and then you can just bring that right around and get your tweezers right under it, the whole thing. Just gently pry up, wiggle, there's adhesive under it, and then it pops right out just like that. So to reinstall it, what you can do is just set it in. I like to have the tweezers just so it's easy to hang on to. Turn it the right way, for it to line up in the notch back here. And it likes to twist around and be kind of a pain. Then you just push right down, and then this flex cable has a hole right here where it lines up, and you just press it right down gently, and there you have it. To reinstall the logic board, what you'll want to do is just carefully set it in here. Watch the different connectors here and there. Make sure that you're underneath all those, and watch out for these wires on the end here. Just make sure the camera's setting down nice, and then you'll just want to start connecting. What I would start with is these wires, since they're kind of the worst. Just make sure, I like to use a tweezers, but just make sure whatever you use to just make sure they're seated down right before you do it, and make sure that the wire's sitting down properly in its channel here after you're done. Same for this wire. Make sure it's seated down properly in its channel. Then you can start connecting. This connector over here, one for the headphone jack, one for the earpiece speaker, and one for the front camera. Just double check everything. After you've installed the logic board, don't forget to put the black screw in. That goes right up here in this spot right here. So to put this plastic cover back on, all you need to do is set it back on here. Just start in one spot and kind of work your way around both sides. Make sure that it's pressed down good. And you can check along the edge to make sure that everything's pressed down good. And then just put your 9 screws back in all the way around. So next you'll want to put your SIM card back in. Make sure it clicks in. You want to put your memory card in if you have one. Pop your battery right in there. Then to put the back cover back on, just start right at the top and work your way around both sides. Make sure that it's snapped in everywhere, and you're good to go.